Hi there, students. Mash. Mash as a verb, to mash, or mash as a noun. I think both countable and uncountable. So to me as a Brit, when I hear the word mash, the first thing I think of is mashed potato. Sausages and mash. Yeah? Okay, very often in English they just put mash instead of mashed potatoes. Okay, so to mash something is to crush something so that it forms like a soft pulp, like a soft mass, and you take the potato and, well, you can do it with a fork or with a masher. You bang it, or and it becomes like a puree. It becomes one consistent thing and it's soft. So to make mashed potato, take some potatoes, boil them, put in a little bit of butter, maybe a little bit of milk, some salt, some herbs, some pepper, and mash it. And that's the idea. Okay, so to mash, to crush, to reduce to a soft mass, to reduce to a mash, to make it into a pulp. Yeah. So you could take the garlic and mash it. Let's see, you can also use this more metaphorically. The skinheads beat him up and mashed his face. So they hit his face so much it looked like a pulp, and that's the idea. Okay, so to mash, to break up. Yeah, to break up into something semi-liquid. It's not liquid. I guess you could also use this to beat. We mashed the opposition in the match yesterday. But notice both of these uses of mash are very informal. I think I would give them 3 out of 10 informality. Notice as well, when I see this word mash, it reminds me of the old American series MASH, from a series about the war in Korea, the Korean War. But MASH here is an acronym, Mobile Army Surgical Hospital. So it has nothing to do with them mashing their patients. Okay, so to mash. If you want to take an avocado and mash it, that's a really nice thing to eat. Or perhaps if you are going to brew beer or whiskey or ferment sugars, you take seeds or malt and you mix them up into a mash. Yeah, it's like a undefined mixture. I'm also thinking about the food for animals. They take various old vegetables and different things and they boil it and they mash it and they give that mash to the animal. So yeah, it's like a soft pulpy mash from pounding or crushing. Yeah. And I think that's the idea. So to mash something, to flatten it. You can also use to mash, but this is very old-fashioned. I don't think anybody uses this anymore, to mash with. So stop mashing with my sister. I know your intentions are dishonourable. Incredibly formal. I think I probably wouldn't use it. Okay, so to mash, to reduce to a pulp. Yeah, and then I guess metaphorically we mashed the opposition. We reduce them to a pulp. Okay, sausages and mashed potatoes. Use a masher to mash your mashed potato. Okay, so let's see. Mash, formality. Sausages and mash, bangers and mash. I think probably mash for mashed potato, I'd give it a 4 informality. Don't use it, it's a little bit on the informal side, don't use it very formally. But okay, the potatoes need to be mashed in this recipe. 5 informalities, a verb, use it like that. I've also actually heard this word mash used to mean to press down on something very hard. So mash that like button, but I always get the image of you hit it so hard and so many times you reduce it to a pulp. Yeah, he mashed down on the pedal, he mashed down on the like key. This is a I think a much more modern meaning. And then I guess a mashup is where you make something out of various different components combined together. This song is a mashup between Status Quo and the Beatles, for example. Okay, so a mashup, joining various things together, but I guess you mash it and put them together. And then something that's mashable, yeah, it's suitable to include in a mashup, in a mixture of different things, or something that's suitable for mashing. Okay, so let's see. Formality, yeah, I think bangers and mash 5, but 4, but the rest of uses of mash 5 informality, use anywhere. And then as to origin, it comes from maskiz in Proto-Germanic, meaning a mixture or a mash, which comes from Proto-European meg or neck, to mix together. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, mash that like button, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Mash.